Hello guys, how are you? I think all are fine. Okay, the today topic is change yourself, not world. It means you should to change yourself, not other persons, not anyone. If you will change yourself, if, if you will change yourself, definitely all the whole world's going according to you. So on this conversation, on this topic, I'll telling in whole video. Long ago, peoples lived happily under the rules of king. It means a king. Many peoples, kings have many peoples. All the peoples are living happily on the rules of king, and of the uh, the peoples of king were very happy as they were leading a very prosperous life with a abundance of wealth and no misfortunate. Once the once the king decided to go visited palace of historical importance and pilgrim centers at distance palace. He decided to travel on foot as to interact with his peoples. The peoples of distance place were very happy to have a conversation with their king. They were proud that his their kings had a come the kings had a king hard. After several weeks after several weeks of travels, the king returned to palace. He was quite happy that he had visited many pilgrims' palace and witnessed his peoples leading the prosperous life. However, he had once regret. He had intolerant pains in his feet, as it was his first trip on foot covering the long distance. He he complained to his ministers that roads were not comfortable, that road were not comfortable, and they were very stony. He could not tolerate the pains. He said that he was very much worried about the peoples who had to walk along these roads, as it would be painful for them too. Considering all these, servant to cover the all roads in the whole country with leathers, so that the peoples of kingdoms could walk comfortably. The king's ministers were astonished to hear these orders, as it would mean that the thousands of cows would have to be segregated in order to get sufficient quantity of leathers, and it would cost of huge amount of money also. Finally, a wise man come from the ministers came to the king and said that he had another idea. The king asked what the alternative was. The minister said, instead of covering the road with leathers, why not you just have a piece of leather cut appropriate shape to cover your feet, appropriate shape to cover your feet. The king was very surprised by his suggestions and applied the wisdom of ministers. He ordered he ordered a pair of leather shoes. He ordered a pair of leather shoes for himself and requested to his countrymen also to wear shoes. Did you understand? Did you understand what is the meaning of a story? You will understand. I will. The moral of the story. Instead of trying to change the world, instead of trying to change the world, you should to you should to try to change yourself. You should to try change yourself. It means you are going to change the world. You are going to change the world. Not. This is not. You should to change yourself, and everything will going according to you. Okay. Not everywhere you should to change the world. Sometimes you should to change yourself. And the moral of the story, uh, there was a king and he had a problems, and he said to please cover all the roads by the leather. And if they are going to the cover all the roads, and there needs to lot of leather of cow, and and for the leather, and they should to kill a lot of cow, and it is better for the kill lot of many cows, and you should to wear the shoes who is made by the leathers, and every people will wear the shoes, and it is a good for the environmental, and also good for the humans, and also good for the you you can save a lot of you can save many cows. The moral of the story.